Hi, welcome back. My name is Jessica, and this is Jay Gilly Tarot. You may book a personal reading with me at any time at jgilly.com. That's JGILLY.com. All right, so let's get into it. It is 4:24. I'm going to try and upload this video as quickly as possible. I was jogging outside, and immediately my guys came online and clairaudiently were like, words really mean numbers, Jess. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm a decoder. I'm constantly using Gematrinator for Gematria decoding in headlines and my everyday synchronicities of life, dates, addresses, numbers, phone numbers, that kind of thing. So I was like, what are you getting at, Spirit? And they said, The Last President. And I was like, oh, yeah, I read that book about 2 years ago. I found it on a Ingersoll Lockheed random website that had a bunch of books for free to download, and you had to click on a white rabbit to get there. So then I saw a vision of the Super Bowl 2026, and I was like, okay, what is Spirit telling me? How are these connected? So I went and I looked up the PDF I had downloaded, the book, the ebook of The Last President. And I realized that on most of the chapter, most of the chapters on the first line of each chapter had a significant date. So I was like, let's plug this in. So for chapter 1, the date was November 3rd, 1896. And I looked up the ordinals and the reduced, reversed, and yeah, I forget the last one. But anyway, so that date equated to Music by Cardi. So I went to go look up if the Super Bowl had Cardi B performing. Sure enough. Crazy, huh? Then it also equated to Air Quality Pure and Assault Rifle. Okay, so then I go to chapter 4, and the date to look up stuck out at me, 4th of March, 1896. What it equated to was White Rabbit. Isn't Bad Bunny also performing at the Super Bowl? Woo woo, crazy. And it equated to market crash. Then I looked up the title of the book, The Last President, and it equated to Rain Dak Prescott. So I go look up, is Dak going to be in the Super Bowl? I don't keep up with football. I don't agree with it. I think it's ritualistic and kind of nefarious. So, anyway, this is a perfect time to say this is for entertainment purposes only. These are all my opinion, not fact and alleged. Okay. So, it was very interesting. There were a bunch of quotes in news and media just posted several hours ago, like 3 hours ago, major main news outlets talking about these quotes with Rain Dak Prescott. I was like, oh my gosh, we're in such a simulation. This is crazy. Then also The Last President equated to Ryan John Seacrest and severe turbulence. So that's two references to air quality. So I'm going to predict that something airwise is going to happen in San Francisco today, and possibly a situation with assault rifle that is going to spark headlines for gun laws and making us more helpless and controllable. That would be my prediction. Um, More distractions, obviously to cover up the e-files. So what does this all mean? How is this all interconnected? I wanted to know. And where am I going down this rabbit hole? So we're going to pull some cards and see what Spirit's trying to tell me and like pull together. Is President Trump really trying to time travel? Yes. He's using money and currency to get there. Has he made a lot of headway? Yes. He has backstabbed a lot of people in the process. 10 countries to be exact. He wants to get to the top. And as you know, I don't know if I can't remember if I said this in the first video because I recorded a couple ones that my mic was off. So I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but a lot of people think that The Last President was written by Barron Trump, and Barron Trump is a time traveler because apparently a lot of everything in the 1900s and the 1890s written in this book is apparently exactly what's happening verbatim in the White House right now. Just wanted to say that again, a recap, if I did mention it at the beginning. You should go read it. It's a great read. It's only 48 pages. Very insightful. Also in that book, it talks about the air quality there too. There's something that Trump and the government have to walk away from, give up, and let go because the American population on a whole is seeking truth and searching for it in their own way. So, yay, that's amazing. That means that everyone's ascending. I feel they're trying to keep us trapped in survival mode because it's impossible to ascend if we're in survival mode. So keep that in mind. Being your own inner GPS, navigating towards what you feel is right and on the path of ascension rather than predictive programming and what society and the matrix expect you to do. That's really important this year in 2026. Will there be a negative event that happens at the Super Bowl? Yes. What is this going to be? Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. I'm getting a King of Pentacles that will be the form of some spotlight, like a millionaire, billionaire guy that's coming up that has a load of accusations against him, but they're trying to spin him as some type of hero. What else is new? They're performing a ritual in plain sight. Yep, we know that too. I'm also getting the number 5 in my mind's eye. So this could be May 5th. May or the 5th of something is significant. But I do feel like there will start to be an economy crash or market crash happening, whether that's in 5 days or in May or March 5th. Not sure. Will the market crash happen this spring? Yes, and it's the Tower. Will there be an assault rifle situation that happens during the Super Bowl? No. After? Yes. Is the agenda to restrict gun laws, tighten the gun laws? Yes. So they get a fresh new start. The elites, deletes, I like to call them. Is the Bad Bunny performance a ritual? Yes. Also, by the way, Bad Bunny seems like a bad hybrid version that got out of a lab, a super soldier gone wrong. With no, he has no neck. He has really broad shoulders. I don't know. Something's weird and off about that man. I don't listen to his music. I don't know what kind of rapper he is, but he's an oddball. His energy is so weird. Yeah, and his speech at the Grammys before I Thank God says it all. Who he's loyal to. Um, yeah, his he gives me the heebie-jeebies, the creeps, for sure. All right, so what else can we ask? Is Donald Trump going to really be the last president? Interesting. I'm getting that if we as a whole in society can ascend, we can walk away from the New World Order or the agenda. There's a timeline where we can win and ascend. But if we stay stagnant and don't operate in free will, taking things into our own hands, it's possible. I do feel like there's going to be some restriction and censorship that that they try to do in both England and America. There's something going on with the UK, the Royals, and America with Trump. It looks like there's a deal going on behind the scenes. I don't know. Leave a comment down below because I haven't seen anything of that sort in, you know, the real news media outlets I watch. But like I said, I don't keep up with it as much. I don't like to give too much energy to it. It's like you got to take breaks from that type of negativity, you know? It's a double-edged sword because you feed the machine. And I like to give my energy and my third eye to something that is positive, that is towards ascension and educating myself on how to get to the timeline that I desire. So I take it in doses, but leave a comment below. I'd love to hear some feedback. If anyone knows in particular that the UK and Donald Trump are like trying to form an allegiance with one another and the Royals. Looks like there's a lot of communication back and forth. And then in my last reading, the channeling with Charlie Kirk, I definitely saw that the Israelis had something over Trump's head and they were at a stalemate because it's like they told on each other almost, not intentionally. It's like come out in the e-files. And so it's like they need to form new connections and allegiance with other leaders to get back with the power seat. That's what I'm getting. Now, what does Russia have to do with this? Oh, the portals. So I know there's portals in the Last President book. There's portals, apparently, time travel portals in underground tunnels in Russia. So what does this have to do with Russia? Will Trump form an alliance with Russia? No. They already have a standing agreement, though, or treaty, it looks like. Again, I don't know anything about this already, so leave a comment below. But it looks like there's some long-standing agreement, treaty or document signed a worst case scenario. There's something that the Russians are in control of, and it has to do with time travel. That's all I know. That's what I'm channeling. Also, the initials or the acronym STR is sticking out at me. No idea what that means. What does this mean? Does it have to do with Trump? It has to do with the UK Prime Minister. Huh? And now I'm also seeing a Swiss flag. Will they be forming alliances with one another? Yes. Is this for New World Order government? No. Is this for time travel? Is this an agenda secretly for time travel? Yes. And it's the transportation travel flight card. Will there be, will this be a turning point in our history where this human transport and abuse ends? Yes, if we can all ascend and be our own teachers. Any last parting words and advice or wisdom? Don't hesitate in making decisions towards harmony, healing, and the truth being revealed. Clarity is sitting right in front of you. Happiness is also sitting in front of you. So choose happiness. Choose the light. Choose inner alchemy. Wow. What a powerful message today. All right. Love and light.